fucking question is that? Fucking crazy. What up, Smile Films? Hey man, what's good? What's good, Reality Web Smile? Taking advantage of YouTube, man. My YouTube's been popping a little bit more, and I want to take advantage of that. The way that we're gonna actually win this is if y'all like the stream, though. That's how the stream's gonna pop early, is if y'all like it. Because if y'all start liking it quickly, then it's just gonna start popping like right away. That's just how these streams work. So yeah, the sooner we can get those likes, the sooner we'll have hella people in here. We'll probably get like 20, 30 heads in here, at least for a little bit. Because I've started to notice we're starting to get hella people in here. Like, we're starting to get hella people in here. So drop your controversial statements. If you're going through something, let's fucking run through it. I'm here to give y'all life advice. I'm here to help y'all out. I'm here to give y'all, coaching. I'm a coach. I'm a testosterone coach. I help men in their 20s boost testosterone naturally. So again, if y'all got any questions about that, drop them in the comment section. Drop some controversial statements. If you don't agree with anything I say, let's fucking talk about it, okay? I'm here to give y'all life advice. I'm here to help y'all out. I'm here to help y'all win. But also, let's talk about some shit. At the end of the day, it's Saturday morning. I had an okay night last night, but it's definitely ready to get back into like winning and vibing and talking to y'all and just streaming and having a good time, and not just doing a stream and then just not like actually like what I mean? Like, actually doing shit, Like, it's way more to it than I need to be doing right now, okay? I've not been doing enough. Simple as that. So, gotta be doing more. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Hell yeah. I love your lives. I just can't make the most of them, sadly. No, you're all good. Don't worry. Don't worry. Look, we're here to win. We're here to vibe. And if you can make it, you can make it. If you can't, then it is what it is. But, you know, what our mentality is just constantly going after the win. Like, y'all have to understand something, man. Every single time I live stream, I'm basically like feeling inadequate or lazy. That's why I live stream in the first place. So, hell yeah, dang, 17 people I know. We should get some more likes in here, and then, it'll keep popping. That's what I'm saying. If we keep on getting likes in here, it's going to keep popping. I mean, we're actually going to have people in here vibing, talking, saying was good. So, I want to keep those vibes up. That's why I've been doing this on YouTube. I don't want to let the hot streak or the consistency lose. Like, last stream, we only did 15 minutes. We got like 3 new subscribers. So, that was like the first start of like something. So, let's just keep it up. What's up, Jake? What up? Evil was good. So, yeah, we're doing a YouTube live stream. We're going to be talking about hella shit today. We're just going to go ham today. We're just going to go after it. I'm trying to get back on YouTube. I'm trying to talk to you guys more. I'm trying to get y'all motivated. And I know that we have more people watching. For whatever reason, my YouTube's starting to pop a little bit more. The algorithm's starting to, hit it a little bit more. And I'm going to take fucking advantage of that shit. I'm not just going to let that shit pass by like it's fucking nothing. Like, it is what it is. I'm fucking here. I'm fucking ready to get it. Let's fucking do it. Let's get it. Let's talk about it. And let's grow. That's my mindset. That's where my brain is at. My brain is at, let's win, and then we'll figure out everything else later. That's where my brain really is. And I know you guys are probably like, bro, like, you've been on this whole, like, let's win vibe for a long time, but, like, how much winning's actually been going on? True. How's the video going? It's going good, but I gotta get that shit out, man. I'm gonna keep this as background noise while I'm studying. Hell yeah. See, that's what my streams were made for. It was made for background noise. It was designed for you to listen to while you get your work done. That's literally what my streams were designed for before. It wasn't meant for you to be lazy. It was literally meant for you to actually get on the grind, get on the work, get on the studying, get on the gym, get on the fucking, business, all that different, whatever the fuck you're doing. Like, it's about getting on that shit, you know what I mean? Starting it, okay? Writing that first thing down, getting that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of it, I was talking about this with my fucking coach yesterday. A lot of it is just fucking starting, like putting, like almost like just picking up the camera and recording. Like that's actually the hardest part of filming YouTube is like that, just picking up the camera. Like after that, and everything else is pretty like standard baseline level editing. Like it's not like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep. I mean, yeah, you have a while, but you're starting to get out there now and grow. Hell yeah, just gotta keep going, keep stick rock, big dog. Hell yeah. Keeping stick rock, yeah. Repetitive positivity, hell yeah. Oh, and now we got 25 people in here. Hell yeah. Well, if we continue getting likes in here, then we'll continue popping with the vibes. But drop some controversial statements, some hot takes, some opinions that people may find, skewed, or if you have any advice that y'all want, or I'm a testosterone coach. I help men in their 20s boost testosterone naturally, but I help people in general with depression, anxiety, all that shit. So if y'all are going through shit, let's fucking talk about it. If y'all have anything that y'all want to go through or talk about, or like advice that y'all need, or again, y'all disagree with something I say, let's fucking run through it again. I'm here for all of it. I'm ready for all of it. We love you. Stay strong. Hell yeah. Yo, LeBron or Michael Jordan? Oh man, I'm gonna go Michael Jordan. But I do love LeBron. But he's just MJ. You can't like deny like Michael Jordan's a little too undeniable when you really watch him like I watched that like Bulls versus fucking I don't know, Jazz I think, and uh dude, he's the best by far. Like if you actually watch a live game of Michael Jordan, you just like, okay, this guy's like the best. Like I don't know, I don't even know what the fuck I'm watching really. Cuz he really was just so ahead of his time that it's like you kind of get a guy now in the NBA and you take him and put him in the NBA 10, 20 years ago or 30 years ago, whatever, he'll play as good as Michael Jordan, but like that's the reality is you were seeing someone that was just so fucking ahead of their time. And also the thing about Michael Jordan was he didn't really even talk about it like that much. Like he didn't go too in depth with it, or he didn't necessarily realize it was happening, but he was so ultra competitive and rebellion and testosterone driven, meaning his entire like motivation was pain, hurt, and wanting to like dominate and like be better and like prove wrong. And that was his entire motivation. His motivation wasn't like this like great dream of a life. It was the idea of losing that he hated so much that he wanted to stay far away from. That's what I really think it was. Good answer. Oh my god, finally made a stream. Hell yeah. But no, like it. I don't know. It was definitely. I got a fucking pimple on my nose. Goddamn. It was definitely fucking something to watch that documentary of Michael Jordan and really understand, like, holy fuck, this guy was that good. He was that feared. He was that, like, talked about by other people. And he was that much of a psychopath with his, like, cutthroat mentality. I mean, he was ruthless. He was extremely ruthless. Like, when you actually break down how he talked about specific situations, how he would make up stories in his heads to get people, like, to get mad at people. He literally said he made up a story in his head of a guy saying a certain thing to get mad at that guy to motivate him to do well, and he did really well in that game. So that's some shit. Like, who the fuck comes up with some shit like that? Like, that. This is why I think something weird happened to Michael Jordan, because he was like sophomore year, like not tall. All of a sudden, junior year, like he grew, like, and he was like 6'3", and then like he like grew more in college, and so did Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen, and like they all of a sudden just became really. I feel like God has something to do with that. Like there's something off about that whole situation. If you actually, I'm being serious. If you actually watch the documentary and you realize how their growth spurts worked and how their growth development worked, you're like, what the fuck? Did some guy like plant some fucking bullshit like seeds in their fucking thing and be like, these three are gonna be the guys? Like I don't fucking know, but it doesn't make sense for all these fucking dudes, young men, to have such late growth spurts. That's basically impossible. I mean, I guess basketball, it makes a little bit more sense because you're constantly like jumping and, like hitting those little bone insertions that or bone dents that are making you taller, which is why basketball players are on average taller sometimes. But it doesn't fucking add to like 8 inches. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make sense. So it never made sense to me. It makes me think that there was some plan by God or something, fucking something. Because even me, I was a late fucking growth spurt guy, and I still didn't have a growth spurt as late as fucking Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman said he went from like 5'9" to like 6'7" in like college. That doesn't make any sense. Also, that's like a very unique life experience that like no one ever fucking like really experiences. Like, let's think about that for a second. Like, who is actually going through their entire high school life being like the average height of a man, and then all of a sudden in college you grow to like extremely taller than the average man? Like, that completely can shift your life experience, especially nowadays. Before, maybe it didn't make that much of a difference. Maybe it was more just sports oriented. But nowadays, I mean, you go to bars, you go on dating apps, your life experience is completely different because of something that you have no control over. We're not gonna talk about that right now. I don't need to get into all that. But it's just fucking, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But again, life doesn't make sense. Life's not supposed to be fair. Who said life was gonna be fair? Literally, yo, name card for net. Yep, give me a random number. 6'7". My profile scary. I don't know. I haven't looked at yo. Even what up? Give me a random number. Literally that insane growth. Yep, Sup Hunter was good. Give me a random number. I can't, bro. I cannot give you a random number. I'm sorry. But let's keep dropping likes and let's keep talking about some shit, all right? Do you remember me? What up, Andrew Ewan? Yeah, hell yeah, bro. What's good? But, yeah, let's fucking keep these vibes up because I like the vibes that we got going on. I don't want to end them. I like the fact that we're talking, we're vibing, we're on stream, you know what I mean? And we're actually have people watching and people are, subscribing and shit. I can see we got, new subscribers and shit, which is good. He doesn't have a phone number, just a random number under 100, fucking 59. There you go. I love this channel. Hell yeah. Do you still love steak? Of course, bro. Of course I still love steak. I'll be making burgers today, but yeah. I hate chemistry. Bro, fuck chemistry. Chemistry fucking sucks. I hate chemistry too. Now, here's the funny thing is I don't like the idea of chemistry or like the theory of it or the practice of it. I think chemistry is great. But I hate the way it's taught in school, and I hate the way that they want to teach it. Like, the fact that they want to do, like, molar mass times it, I'm like, fuck off. I don't want to hear all that bullshit. Like, you're allowed to teach me, like, the theories and the concept of it, but I don't want to see no bullshit about no, like, fucking, like, now I want to do math equations with, fuck that. Like, fuck that. No one wants to do that. No, like, no one gives a fuck about that. Like, it's crazy how we do all these fucking science shit, and I talk to people about science, and people don't know fucking shit. Like, you were doing chemistry, physics, all this bullshit, doing molar mass timing, but you don't know about evolution, you don't know about human evolution, you think that veganism is good. Like, why the fuck do we take all these fucking science classes, somehow we're out here with people thinking veganism is still good? Like, I was doing fucking chemistry fucking bullshit equations, but I wasn't learning how the sun is actually good for vitamin D, how red meat's actually good for your health, how you shouldn't be eating processed foods. Those are the shit we should have been learning in science, but they would never teach us that shit. Why? Because then they'd lose money on the big propaganda that they're trying to push to us, which is keeping us in control, okay? Shitty food, social media, keep us low testosterone, okay? Because then we can't rebel. Simple as that. I'll do 59 push-ups. Hell yeah, my brain hurts. It's generally tweaking. Yeah, that sucks. What up, Saha? I never say your name right. I never will. Hi, what up? What's good? I went outside playing football, soccer. Hell yeah, that's fire. That's fire. Going outside is fire. It's been cold for me, y'all. I'm telling you right now, it's been cold as something. It's like 68 out there. Crazy work. Crazy work. I'm like, my brain is just so skewed. It was skewed last night, actually, even more. So I don't even know why I'm complaining because last night it was so much more skewed. Yo, thank you for all the new subscribers we're getting. I'm seeing we're getting hella new subscribers. I know there's not that many people in the stream, but we're getting lots of subscribers from the people that are in the stream because the people that are in the stream are liking it. They're actually supporting it. And because we're getting more likes, we're getting more people hopping in the stream in general. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that if we get likes in it early, we'll get more people to hop in the stream. That's what always happens. That's how it works. That's why I low-key want to continue to the stream for a little bit because we're already 15 minutes in, we already got 10 new likes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're looking for, you know. And if we keep on talking about controversial statements, y'all keep on bringing up your opinions and, you know, situations and problems, and let's fucking go through it. Like, who's got some fucking, like, you know, like, relationship shit going on? Nah, we don't need to talk about that. We talked about that enough already. Because the easiest default rant is about health, and dating, relationships. Those are the easiest things for me to talk about and rant about for a really long time. And I mean, what more is there to life than, relationships and health, when you really think about it. Healthy relationships, that's what we're all going for. Yeah. Why are people in my school so immature? Literally all my friends left me because me and my girlfriend broke up. Apparently they all think I'm selfish because I didn't make a big deal of it. So people in school are immature because you are in a place where people are very sheep mentality, hive minded, and you know kind of go with the crowd. You have to understand that when you're in like places like middle school or high school, which I'm assuming this is where this is taking place. What happens, and it does happen in college, but it looks way different, and it's way like more like not upfront. It's way more like secret. But what happens is people follow people, okay? So most people in high school and middle school are going to be sheep and followers. They're going to follow the crowd. Whatever the crowd says, that's what they do. Because they've never tried to be unique, and it's actually never worked in their favor. You have to understand something is once you hit college, a lot of people actually become way more unique, and then they realize that it actually works in their favor and it's who they are, and then they like themselves more because they actually became unique. But in high school, not everybody goes through that I'm going to become my unique self phase. They are very sheep. It's very hard to experiment being unique in high school because you don't have the ability to. In college, it's way easier to experiment your uniqueness. So that's the issue is that you're basically in an environment where people are sheep. They follow what other people think because that's the trend. And you have to understand too, like in middle school and high school, you literally think that is life. Like you think the people surrounding you, your friends, all that different thing, like that is literally life. And I'm just like this like once you graduate middle school or high school, you realize like you're never going to see these people again. Like the amount of people I've actually seen from my high school since I graduated high school is maybe 7. And I'm not talking about like friends that I've like seen to hang out. I'm saying like in general, like out in the street, like yes, friends, but also just like out like 7. Like you are literally never going to see these people again after you graduate. So this idea of like caring about what sheep people think or people that literally only care about what everyone else thinks, because you have to understand middle school and high school, it's all just a game. And life in general really is all just a game of trying to look cooler. When you're in a environment where you're only dealing with people where their main priority is to look cooler, what does that leave you with? That leaves you with a lot of selfish situations and a lot of people being like, fuck, like, I'm just going to go with whatever the fucking thing is, because at the end of the day, they don't care necessarily about what's right or wrong. They really only care about their value being perceived as good or bad or high value, whatever. And you have to understand something. It wasn't always like this. Like, to a certain extent, it was on a biological level, but social media really skewed this up. And now, especially with Instagram, like, social media, especially women, they cannot stand the idea of like following someone and then them not following them back. They cannot be a fan, right? This culture started like 2-3 years ago of just the idea that I can't be following someone and then they follow me back. So now all women are like this. This is what I've noticed. Every single woman subconsciously fucking picked this shit up because they're all on social media, and they don't talk about it though. They will never talk about the fact that they do this egotistical shit ever in a million years. They'll never fucking talk about it, but they will do it. And I notice all of them do it. Every single woman that I've at least interacted with and then follow, I see, oh my gosh, you all do this exact same thing. The funny thing is, dudes do it too, but only the dudes that know game. And it's very little, okay? It's very little amount of dudes that actually know game, that actually know that's how you have to present your social media. And that's the biggest issue, is that all these girls know and they won't say shit. Because they don't want dudes knowing that. They don't want dudes knowing that they are so offended that people are not their fans, or that people like can't be like, it's fucking crazy. So yeah. Bro, shout out my OC's kicking it. Literally so cute. Hell yeah. Thanks. Do you like men? No. No, but genuinely so stupid. I didn't even do anything. I'm literally getting threats from random ass people she was friends with. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that people are gonna like be really mean. People are just gonna follow the trend. Like, you'll notice, like in high school and middle school, you'll have people say like the meanest, like most like detrimental like thing to you and have zero like remorse for it. And the reason is because their brain doesn't really care much about morals or ethics or empathy. Like their brain isn't good at like seeing other people's emotions. Their brain really only cares about their perceived value at that specific time. On a raw biological level. I'm assuming that women are probably doing this, probably not men. And you have to understand how women work. Like they really like you have to understand it. Like, and the biggest way to figure this out is watch women high school fights. This is how you know exactly how women are, because you'll start to realize that they actually have no sympathy or morals. They're not gentle. They're not the gentle ones. They're not the sympathetic. They once they have a something against you, you are now killed them like vibes. Like that's how it is. That's why when I see women fight, it's not like a fair thing. Like the other woman genuinely wants to kill the other person. And that's what I've noticed. And it's like because their emotions and their perceived value is more important than ethics and morals. That's the reality of a lot of these situations. That's why people will be like, "Oh my gosh, why are girls so mean? Why they like?" This is why, because they actually their emotions literally put their perceived value and their status over other people's emotions, morals, and feelings. This is just biologically what women do, in my opinion. I genuinely do think that. Um, I'm being serious. Like I genuinely think that like most women uh put in those positions would react very similar. Like given enough power, would use the power to their advantage. Like 1 trillion gazillion percent. Like if like this is the thing, like if a woman could be a bully, like they would. Like that's what a lot of people don't understand. Is like a lot of girls, like if they could be a bully, they fucking would be a bully. The only reason that they're not is because they literally can't. Okay? Most girls have that component in them. They have, and some of them actually hate that they have it in them, but they do. They have that thing where they literally are like, why don't I give a fuck about like this person? Like I literally have no remorse against this person. It's such a mind fuck, because as a dude you're constantly always told that the gender that's sympathetic or the gender that's more caring or like more like is always, but then once you see how they react when they're actually mad and you realize there is genuinely it's the complete opposite, because now their emotions are not in I mean anyone's favor, to be honest. Like that's the biggest thing, is that are their emotions in what favor? That's the biggest thing. I don't try to bully people. That's dumb. I agree. You should not try to bully people. But it is important to understand, like, if you do feel an urge to bully, like, question, why the fuck am I doing this, you know? I'm debating if this is sexism or not. Ah, ha, ha. I mean, that's always what they're debating. For me personally, I, dude, I'm starting to not give a fuck about what I say, like, in general. Like, even last night, I was, like, I was just talking to this person that was of the other gender, and I don't remember what she said, but she was just like, "Oh yeah, I guess my perception of men is just like past experiences. They're just really immature or something like that." And I just remember like, "Yeah, I feel you. Like my past experience with women is they're really fucking stupid." And she looks at me and she laughs. You know why? Because they're so addicted to honesty and they hate that men beat around the bush that they actually are more attracted to it. I know, crazy. Now, being good looking doesn't hurt, but I'm just saying, like, I'm being so serious. Like, they do not give a fuck. Like, because you have to understand something. We live in a world now where women are used to men, like, beating around the bush, worried, afraid, all this different shit. So the second you're a dude that's like, I don't give a fuck. I literally will say exactly how I feel because I don't give a fuck. I could take it or leave it. I don't give a fuck. What's going to happen to the brain, in their biological brain? They don't even want this. They might be bothered. They might be mad at themselves for finding this attractive. They might actually hate that they find this attractive. But they do. And it is tough. What's up? Remember me? You're saying you don't give a fuck about what you say anymore and shaming those who don't give a fuck about not being something. Can you explain that? Okay, so you're saying don't give a fuck about what you say anymore and shaming those who don't give a fuck about not being some. Okay, sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand this one. My bad. It's early, guys, and my reading skills are being skewed right now. You're saying you don't give a fuck about what you say anymore and shaming those who don't give a fuck about being sympathetic. Can you explain that? Yes. Okay, I can explain that. Yes, I can. I can. Okay, cool. So, here's what I can explain for you. So, when I'm talking with women that I might want them to find actually attractive, then I have zero sympathy because that's what triggers their attraction brain. But I do think overall in general, when you're in bullying situations or high school situations, or just people in general that I wouldn't find attractive, for example, maybe a girl that wasn't attractive, I would be extremely sympathetic. That's why my rule is always, if they're ugly, I'm always way nicer to them because I actually think that they deserve that. I'm just like, I feel like they didn't get as much good treatment from men, and I just want to make their day, give them a compliment, and just go on. Like, when I see an ugly woman, I want to be extremely nice and extremely just, like, compliment, just walk away. But when she's good looking and kind of like, a bitch, and I can tell she's gotten a lot of attention, I completely change my frame, and now I don't give a fuck about what I say. I'm not sympathetic because they are dealing with men that are constantly sympathetic. So because of that, it changes their brain and it makes them actually attracted to me. So it's fine because, we're playing a banter game and, we're in a more of a dynamic of flirting rather than moral standards. But I still do agree that, yes, you have to be sympathetic when it comes to things that don't involve, attracting people. When it comes to just purely moral standards and just living life and going about life, yes, you shouldn't be you should be sympathetic. You shouldn't be shaming other people. You shouldn't be doing that. But I'm just saying for my specific situation, when it comes to, attracting a specific people or whatever, then yeah, that's when I more say I don't give a fuck and it is what it is. But like I said before, my non-sympathetic statements never are personal, okay? It's always a thing where I'm just like a statement about people, okay? Fat people are this way. Women are this way. Men are this way. That's not personal, okay? The second I say you are this, that's bad. And that's what I think non-sympathetic people do, is they do personal attacks where they say, you are this way. I'm making a threat to you. You know what I mean? That's what I think a big difference is. For me personally, I think it's much better to say non-sympathetic shit as long as it's not personal. As long as it's a general statement. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You'd be like, fucking tigers are fucking ugly. Who gives a fuck? Like, no one gives a fuck because you're not saying anything that's necessarily personal towards them. You're not saying you are this way. I'm saying these groups of people are this way. Or these, things are this way. But the reality is, like I said, I'm not always saying unsympathetic shit. I'm really only saying it in those specific situations because I do understand that it genuinely does trigger attraction on a biological primal level without them really even realizing it or knowing or even wanting it to happen. But that doesn't mean that you should bully people. It doesn't mean you should personally attack people. And it doesn't mean that you should be rude to people that you are not in a relationship with. See, here's the thing is, as a woman, the second you like the guy, now you're allowed to bully and flirt and be unsympathetic, and that's all good. The same thing for dudes, okay? Like, it's the same exact thing, okay? So, like I said, for me personally, and this is my thing for a lot of dudes, especially if you're a good-looking dude. If you're a good-looking dude, I tell you fucking do this shit. If you're a tall, good-looking dude, do this shit, okay? Because the world will be a better place. Every single ugly woman that you see, you are going to be so nice to. You're going to be so respectful. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, like fucking, you're going to be a simp to a certain extent. Not like, obviously you don't need to do anything, but just, you're going to be fucking nice. You're just going to be very nice, respectful, and courteous because they actually don't get that shit, okay? But when you see a hot girl, a girl that you know is getting attention, I swear to God, you are going to do the complete opposite, okay? You are going to be a dickhead. You're going to act like you don't give a fuck about them. You are going to act like you are better than them. I swear to God, this is how you should be if you actually want to attract a girl that is hot, okay? The ugly girls, this doesn't work for them at all, okay? Ugly girls will get insecure and bothered and be like, oh, no, he doesn't like me, what the fuck? A hot girl that gets a ton of attention from dudes, they're going to be like, who the fuck is this guy? I've never once had a guy not hit on me. I've never once had a guy not give a fuck about me. I'm actually attracted to this. Okay. Sorry, pretty low numbers of viewers recently. What's happening, bro? Dude, fucking real. But also no, because we're doing better. Because 10 is better than fucking 4 or 5. So no. Such cutie pie, I'm listening. Oh, thank you. Hi, how are you? Stop yapping. What to say that everyone needs to follow a common moral standard, though? Um, See, I want to say that. That sounds good on paper, but I don't even know what the fuck that is. Like, we like choose to eat cows and not dogs. What's moral about that? Because dogs are cute. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. So I like me and my friends were talking about this, and they were like saying like how there is universal ethics, and like how like we all know what's good and bad. And I'm like, what universal ethics are out there? I can't think of any. I can't think of any universal ethics. We eat animals. We choose to kill cows, and we don't choose to kill dogs purely because they're cuter. How the fuck is that universally ethic? In what fucking world is that universally ethic? What like I think us humans are so convinced, or we want to convince ourselves that we're like good people. We are not good people. Not a single fucking human on earth is a good person. Okay? Stop with this bullshit, okay? The second you fall into the trap of trying to play yourself like a good person, you're gonna end up looking like someone like fucking Bill Gates, a sketchy motherfucker that's fucking chilling with fucking Jeffrey Epstein and talking about, oh yeah, I regret hanging out with him after he was already convicted of sleeping with kids. Oh, yeah, Bill Gates, shut the fuck up, you fucking pussy-ass bitch. You're a fucking rich motherfucker, and you do some sketchy-ass, weird-ass shit. So, yeah, don't be that guy. That's why I'm against moral ethics and all that, because we love to talk about moral ethics until some fucking pedophile ring is, some guy is preaching moral ethics till he's fucking, like, yeah. I know we're not on that shit, but I hate the conversation of, like, the idea of moral ethics, because we're not good people. No one's good people. A bunch of good people that claim to be good people are doing horrible shit. It's a very liberal thing, and I fucking hate it. One thing I absolutely hate, I cannot stand, is a person that acts like they're good when they're not. I hate that shit. If you are a dude and you're like, I suck, I'm not great, I'm a bad guy, fine, perfect. Warning sign, you're all good, I don't care, it's fine. Who cares? Because you're warning us. You're telling us, I'm not that great of a guy. Don't fucking fuck with me. Simple as that. Good. When you're trying to perceive yourself or portray yourself as a good person, I'm a good person, but you're actually not. You're the devil. You're a gross, disgusting human being. That's the worst of the worst, okay? As a man, if you're doing that, that is fucking disgusting. As a woman, if you're doing that, women do that biologically. I don't even fucking blame them. That's just what they're gonna do. I don't even care. As a man, though, if you're doing that, that's fucking gross, disgusting, feminine, and you should fucking grow some goddamn balls. And don't do that shit, okay? If you're actually not a good person, then just don't be a good person and say, I'm not that great of a person. Stop trying to act like, oh yeah, no, I'm a good person. I'm a good person, and then you do some fucking bullshit, and you look like a little sleazy bitch. Don't do that shit. I'm not a great person. It is what it is. Okay? That's how you actually have people to respect you, not look like you're fucking lying or a coward or a pussy. Yeah, sorry, that shit really pisses me off. Like, that's the one thing I just can't stand, is someone acting like they're a good person when they're not. I fucking hate that shit. I cannot stand it. Politicians do it. I fucking hate it. That's why I hate politicians. Hi, saying that you don't give a fuck about what you say is a crazy statement. You know how many racist statements and words there are. Think twice about saying that, please. Bro, you have to understand something. The world is desensitized. No one cares anymore. Like, no one gives a fuck. Like, yeah, obviously, like, you can watch what you say to a certain extent. Like, don't go all Nick Fuentes out. But, I mean, we've seen what happens with Nick Fuentes. The dude literally has said the most racist shit ever. He's fine. I think we all were worried about what people were going to say until people actually started saying racist shit and then realized no one actually gives a fuck. Like, that's what literally happened on the internet. I don't know if you noticed, but the internet got like 10 times more racist. Like, no one gives a fuck. Because the truth is, the more people realize that they don't give a fuck, they realize, wait a second, no one's doing anything, I don't give a fuck. The thing is, the people that do actually care aren't strong enough to stop that. That's the real issue, okay? So, you have to realize the world is becoming so desensitized. Maybe 5 years ago, saying some racist bullshit could get you really fucking in trouble. Now, it's very, very different. Especially now, because most people that are on that wavelength aren't ever going to work for anyone. Like, technically, me, I could say whatever the fuck I want. I'll never have a boss in my entire life. I could literally say whatever the fuck I want. See, I don't believe in that stuff, so I don't need to say it, but, like, I could if I fucking wanted to. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not saying it because fucking some people are stopping me, okay? Like, that's some fucking bullshit. You're goated. Thanks, brother. Who said that there was ugly people? Everyone is beautiful in their own way. Okay. Ah, man. I don't know. I mean, we can, like, as humans, we can look at that statement on paper, and every human can say whatever the fuck they want. But, like, we all kind of know the truth, unfortunately. But you know what? I'll just say perceived standards of everyone. I'm saying more physically attractive, okay? Everyone's beautiful, but I'm saying more physical attractive standards. What up? Oh my god, literally chopped Bill Gates. Yeah, fucking Bill Gates, bro. Sorry, hate him, absolutely hate him. And because the reason I hate him so much is because he's one of those guys that tries to make himself look like a good guy when he's not a good guy. Hate that shit. Fucking hate that shit. That's why, even though I don't like Trump, at least he's not like, I'm such a good guy. He's like, no, I do the same bullshit that these fucking tax frauds do, and you won't cut the bill because you know it fucks up your tax shit, and that's why you're calling me out it, but you do the exact same thing. I like that shit. Even though I don't like Trump, I like that shit because he fucking called the fucking rich people out and said, you guys all are fucking scammers. I'm a scammer, but you're a scammer too, so fuck you. I love that shit. I love that shit because at least I'm addicted to the truth. I'm so addicted to the truth that it's just someone saying something fucking true is just like a massive dopamine hit for me. Like, fuck, finally. Because everyone's fucking lying. It's so annoying. I hate lying. I hate it so much. I actually look very ugly. Don't say that, because that's not a good way to look at life. You are right at your point. Haha, okay. Hey, Jake, what's good? What's up? What's up? My goddamn Somali autocorrect. I'm back. What's good? What's good? So, yeah. Here's my opinion with you guys. If you just please don't, as a dude, because as a woman, again, it's going to be completely different. You're not going to get the same reaction. As a dude, please do not try to portray yourself as a good person when you're not. Okay? Just say, I'm not a great person. I'm not a great guy. I've never been a great guy. Sorry. Done. Boom. Warning sign, all good. But I just remember this random ass dude making out with the Elon Musk poster on. What the fuck? How are you? What's up with the Trump shit? Oh yeah, I was just talking about some, how people are, how politicians, they just be fake, and they basically are just trying to make themselves seem like good people when they're really not a good person. And I've just was kind of describing how I find that repulsive. Like, I really do. I hate it. I hate it so much because it's so I don't know why the fuck it bothers me so much, but it's so sleazy. It's such a low testosterone move, and I guess I'm a high testosterone dude, coach in general. So for me, it's like, oh, I hate it, bro. I hate it, man. But the lower test you are, the more likely you are to lie to make other people feel better. That's true. Oh, can you flex your body, Jake? Let me charge my phone up a little bit. A lot of people vandalized that poster, me included. What the fuck? Fakers, yep. But yeah, dude, so, yeah, you're no whiny man, literally. Oh, thanks. No, I'm not trying to. Sometimes I do get a little heated talking about this shit, but it's just I don't know. One thing I just cannot stand is people fucking, people being fake like that. People just acting like good people when they're not. I don't know why I hate it so much. I don't know why it repulses me so much. I don't know what it is. I don't know what trigger that is. Yeah, we all get passionate talking about these topics. Yeah, villain arc starting now. Hell yeah. Hey, did you just skip my comment? Hey, stop, read it. I'm back. My boy was good, Mace Dog. Womp womp. Have you heard about... Dude, no. Literally, you gotta watch out for the fakes and snakes. Yep. But you know what's good, guys? I'll tell you right now. In my life, I have done pretty damn well at fucking determining who's the fakes, who's the snakes. It's pretty easy, actually. It actually is, okay? The way I see it, if they're talking shit about one of their friends, and then when they see that friend, they're not talking shit about them, that is basically a guarantee. I can say this wholeheartedly, a guarantee that they are talking shit about you and then not saying it to your face. That's a guarantee. That is literally a guarantee that they're doing that. So you need to understand that. But a lot of people, they don't. They'll have friends that will talk so much shit about other people, and then they'll be like, but they don't talk shit about me. You're the dumbass. You're the one that's going to get screwed over by a fake friend, and you're the one that needs to watch out for these fakes because you're the one that's being dumb. You're the one that's letting some person, like, say some shit that makes no fucking sense. Like, none. Guys, like, he can get more views. Hell yeah. Yo, remember what up. But, yeah. Like, another way to guarantee if someone's fake, I mean, there's so many different ways. But another way is just give them good news. Give them good news and see how they react, okay? I'm being serious, guys. Like, if you really want to know how good you have a friend, like how good of a friend someone is, give them good news. Give them good news about your life and see how they fucking react. That'll tell you literally everything you need to know about that friend within a second. And here's what I'll tell you. There's two reactions that I look for, okay? First, it's when I tell someone that I'm starting something. I'm starting a business, starting the gym, starting whatever, making money, all this different shit. I'm starting a new hobby. I'm starting the growth of something. I'm starting a new goal. If your friend isn't like, yes, good job, I'm so excited, awesome, good stuff, I love hearing that, go, like a big fucking intense thumbs up in your fucking face about how awesome that is and keep going, nah. If they're like, I don't know about all that, would that work? Like, if they start saying that shit, they don't want you winning. You know that, right? If you go to your friend and you start talking about, bro, I think I'm gonna like start a business. I think I'm gonna like start going to the gym and shit. And they're like, I don't know. Like, businesses low key, like they kind of die out. Like, they don't really work. If they start saying some shit like that, fucking cut that motherfucker off, okay? Fuck that shit, okay? That motherfucker does not want to see you win at all. Now, the next reaction is when you give them good news, okay? I just got fucking promoted in my job. I just made fucking $1,000. I just got this girl's number, whatever. Whatever the fuck it is. If they're not like, hell yeah, bro, good shit. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, I'm not talking about like, oh man, that's all, like, genuine excitement. Like, hell yeah, bro. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, excited the same way they'd be excited to see their, like, team score a touchdown. Like, that's the same thing. If they don't give you that, if they give you like a, or like a, oh, well, is this, or any friction, basically. Any friction statement when you're giving them good news, fuck that shit, okay? Any statement of like, oh, well, or like, oh, well, are you actually like any of that shit, like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just giving you good news. Why are we trying to like change this into something else or add it to anything? Just fucking accept the good news. Okay? If you have somebody, when you give them good news and somehow after giving them good news, you don't feel better, fuck that person. That's what I say. Fuck that person. That's literally what I say, okay? You don't even need to analyze how they even act. Just analyze how you feel after telling them good news, okay? Do I feel good telling them that news? Do I feel like I just made them jealous? Do I feel like this is so important. This is how you actually tell if your friends are good friends or fake people or not. This is how you do it, is you do it in these conversations, okay? Because you literally, like, for me personally, like, the biggest thing a friend, like, is like, and it may be selfish, but I always want to see my friends win, and to a certain extent, it is selfish because it's a reflection of myself and my own ideas being pushed onto them. So it is selfish. But another thing too is what makes me really want to like stick with someone or be someone's friend or like stick being with their friend is how much they want to see me win. That is the most important thing for me, okay? Like, that by far is the most important. As long as they want to see me win, then I know that their advice has the best interest in mind, or whatever the fuck. Like, I know that whatever they did was at least not like a subliminal thing against me. You know what I mean? It was they had my best interest in mind. So even if they made a mistake, even if they did some dumbass shit that makes no sense to help me, I know that even if they thought it would have, that makes me feel better than the idea of someone doing some shit to, fuck up my shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's my point. You remember me? Yo, what up, guys? Like, he can get more views. I'm trying to drop out or at least switch some of my classes. Yeah, I feel that. Literally, you speaking facts on that. Hell yeah. No, I'm being serious, guys. So next time that you're with your friends, or next time you have good news, or you're starting a new business or a new goal, tell all your friends, okay? Tell them all about the good news and see how they react, okay? This is going to tell you um how much they actually want to see you win. And I think that's one of the most important things about a friend. Like, people like to say, like, oh, like, if you're not making money with your friend, like, cut them off. Like, I think that's bullshit. Like, if your friend's not making money, you can still be friends with them as long as they want to see you win. The biggest issue is the people that are friends with people just because they don't have many other people to be friends with, because they're, like, low value people. They do low level shit, so you make low level friends because of that. Those are the ones that get screwed over because they already have so many low-level friends that the odds of some shit happening are very high. You know what I mean? But, like, you have to understand something. Like, a lot of dudes would literally, like, we live in a time now, especially now, where a lot of dudes would literally, like, go for a girl, like, against their friend, like, and just not give a fuck. Because it's so different now. Like, some dudes literally, like, you have to understand, some dudes' first time ever getting flirted on will be their best friend's ex-girlfriend. That'll be the first time that a dude will ever get flirted with. Sometimes, I'm being serious. I hate to say it, a lot of dudes' first times being, being flirted with is by a fucking best friend's ex. Because the girl is just trying to make the dude jealous. Picture that for a second. You know what I mean? That's why it does kind of suck, because some friendships couldn't have been fucked up if some girl didn't hop in. But also, like, that friendship was never good in the first place. But also, if the girl never was involved, it would have stayed, you know? So, but also, it is what it is. That's why, as a dude, you need to become so abundant in options that the idea of a girl ever hurting your friendship, like, literally is illogical. Because you're so abundant in options that even if a hot girl were to, like, you'd be like, nope, if you're my friend's ex, then no. Like, simple as that. Because you are abundant options. But you have to understand this for a second. Andrew Tate made a great point about this. He's like, look, how are you going to trust your friend that gets no women? Because the second that my hot girlfriend or whatever, not girlfriend, but, like, hot, girl that I'm talking to, gets mad at me and then starts trying to talk to my friend because, she's trying to make me jealous. And then my friend, who's never had a hot woman, never talked to him once, how do I expect him not to, like, go for that? Like, and that's why it's almost impossible to have friends like that, because, like, I wouldn't even, if I was that desperate for that situation, I would do the same thing. And that's why it's almost like uncontrollable. It's like, I can't even blame you, but I just also need to stay the fuck away from you as well. All right, y'all. I'm ending the stream here. It's been a solid stream. Hopefully, we're going to stream more on YouTube. Hopefully, we're going to get more of these conversations in. Hopefully, we're going to start vibing more. And hopefully, we're just going to start winning more, because that is the overall goal. That is the overall plan. And that's what I want to do. Okay? Simple as that. Keep winning. Keep vibing. Keep destroying that life. And that's all I got to say. Till then, peace out. Have a great rest of your day. Great stream. Hell yeah. Peace.